Welcome back to Alexa, where we have an obscene amount of denim to work with. I'm obsessed. I love denim. I love jeans. I just love it. Like the sewist in me that just cannot get rid of denim. Even if I have a project that seems failed, I'm like, oh, I'll just use it later. Like, I just can't seem to throw it away. And it's time to like repurpose it into a realistic, functional, creative, inspiring piece. So today I am going to show you 8 different patchwork styles that work beautifully with denim, from the classics like traditional piecing to more bold styles like mixed media. Stay tuned for the video. So the first patchwork style I'm going to show you is traditional piecing. You want to grab a few denim pieces of different shades. Iron the pieces. We want to make sure each piece is flat, 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 flat. Make any size square pattern you want. I chose to make a 2 by 2 inch size pattern. You'll need a cutting pad and a rotary cutter for the next step. Cut out the pieces in the varied shades. I have 4 different denim shades and I cut out 3 squares of each. Now I'm arranging my squares into 3 rows of 4. Take each row and with the right sides together, sew the squares with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Before sewing the rows together, press the seams flat. I'm pretty sure my fingers are immune to the heat because why is the iron so close? I love a good steam during the ironing process. It's like a facial. Now sew the rows together. Press the seams flat. And look at that beautiful patchwork. This is the perfect project to pour all my perfectionist energy into. The second patchwork style I'm going to show you is a very popular style. It is the raw edge patchwork. I really like this. It just looks raw, it looks distressed, it looks rebellious, and I just love like a good distressed denim, you know what I mean? Start off by cutting out and ironing random squares and rectangles of denim. Different sizes are fine. Layer the pieces by slightly overlapping the edges. Top stitch with a straight or zigzag stitch around the edges. I'm using a straight stitch. You want to make sure you're leaving the raw edges exposed. Keep in mind that the raw edges will fray after washing, giving the denim a more rustic look. And look at that. I like this patchwork style because there isn't much cutting and it's a fun, quick way to be creative with denim. The third patchwork style I am here to show you today is the applique style. Grab 2 contrasting shades of denim and hit them with the iron. Cut out a pattern of a shape. I'm using a star because that's what I am. I'm tracing the star with a washable marker. Time to cut. Place onto the denim square and pin down. Stitch around the shape with a straight stitch, zigzag, or decorative stitch. And look at that, super simple. This style is great for patches on jeans, jackets, totes. I love it. The fourth patchwork style I'm here to show you is the log cabin style. This is completely new to me. This is more of a quilting thing, but I'm excited to show and share with you today. For this patchwork, you'll need 12 strips of denim in total. You'll need two 2.5 by 2.5 inch squares, two 2.5 by 4.5 inch squares, two 2.5 by 6.5 inch squares, two 2.5 by 8.5 inch squares, two 2.5 by 10.5 inch squares, and two 2.5 by 12.5 inch squares. Pause here to take down the dimensions. Start with the two 2.5 by 2.5 inch squares and sew them together. We'll be using a 1/4 inch seam allowance for this project. Press the seam flat. Now you want to take the next size square, which is the 4.5 by 4.5 inch square, and you want to place that around the two squares you just sewn, and you want to sew those strips around the square. And you want to keep placing the next strip, which is the next size, up, going clockwise from the strip you previously sewed. So think of it as building outward into a spiral. Press after each round of sewing. You want to continue the same steps for all 12 strips. And here's what you'll come up with. It creates a structured geometric block. There are some puckering imperfections on mine, I think because some of my denim had stretch to it compared to the other pieces. This patchwork is perfect for totes and quilts. The fifth patchwork style I'm here to show you is crazy patchwork. Start by cutting out and ironing irregular shapes of denim. Begin with one piece in the center. I'm using my rotary cutter to make sure the edges I want to add pieces to are straight and even. Add a denim scrap around the first piece, making sure it covers the full edge. After sewing, you want to take an iron to the piece, set the seam, then roll back. Trim the edges as you go and repeat the previous steps. You want to keep repeating the same step until you reach your desired size and aesthetic. You'll end up with a unique pattern as you continue to add more squares, triangles, and odd pieces. And the sixth patchwork style I'm here to show you is reverse applique. Grab two contrasting denim pieces and iron them out. I'm using my rotary cutter and straight edge to make the pieces even. Layer the pieces. I'm putting the darker shade on top with the wrong side to the right side of the bottom piece. Baste around the perimeter of the fabric. Draw or trace a shape on the piece. I'm using a heart because I am full of love. I'm not gonna hold you, this has got to be the tiniest piece of tailor's chalk I've ever used in my life. Stitch along the traced line. I have to sew slowly because curves, they just get me every time. They're tricky. They're very tricky. Cut inside the top fabric layer to reveal the bottom layer. So cute! Here's another way to do a reverse applique and not have the raw edges exposed. Do the same initial steps as before and trace the shape on the fabric. Cut away the inside of the top fabric and leave about 1/4 of an inch of the outline of the shape. Clip at the point and the curves. Fold in that 1/4 inch of fabric that's at the trace line. Fold that in and then press. Stitch around the shape on the fold. This method creates a cleaner look, but I really enjoy both of the methods. They're super cute and it adds nice contrast and texture to the piece. And the 7th patchwork style that we have here today is the brick layout. Cut out equal rectangles. I cut out pieces that measure 2 by 4 inches. Arrange each row and sew the short edges together. I also cut out a few pieces that measure 2 by 2 inches for the ends. After you sew each row, arrange in staggered rows like bricks in a wall. Add the small squares to the ends to even the edges out. Sew the short pieces to its corresponding row, and then sew the rows together with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Press the seams flat. And take a look at that. I like this patchwork because it creates a modern tiled look, and it's pretty simple compared to the traditional piecing. And the last patchwork style I'm here to show you today is mixed media. For mixed media, we are combining denim with other types of fabrics. I'm using some cotton, some lace, and some fleece fabrics. Once I have the layout I want, I'm going to pin the fabrics down, and I'm going to top stitch the fleece onto the denim. And then when it comes to the fleece and the chiffon, I'm just going to do a regular stitch with the right sides together. And because the cotton fabric is so lightweight, I'm going to add some stabilizer, some fusible interfacing to the edge of it so I can sew it to the denim so it won't pull as much. If I were to do this again, I would sew that interfacing, I would iron that interfacing to the entire piece and not just that edge. When it comes to the lace and the denim, I made sure I did a few stitches just to ensure that that lace wouldn't pull as much and that it was sturdy. And here we have it, mixed media patchwork, just a fun way to use some of your scraps. I would probably add some appliques on top of this just to give it more contrast and dimension. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. So just to recap on what we did today, we explored 8 different patchwork styles from traditional piecing, raw edge, applique, reverse applique, crazy patchwork, log cabin, and the brick layout. And we also played with some mixed media things. Each one gives a fresh new life to the old denim. You know what I mean? Like, we left that old denim in the past. We got something new now. It is way cuter. Okay, so tell me in the comments which patchwork style you like the most, which one you can't wait to try, and share with me other styles that you want me to play with and show you guys on this channel. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. And as always, thank you for watching. Until next time.